This video is going to show you how to hit a home run in your oral board interview questions. It's directed at fire department interviews, but it can be applied to any type of oral board, and it gives you a template and a metaphor on how to hit a home run. If you want the whole package in terms of everything to prepare for an oral board, go to Run Into the Fire, our YouTube channel, and we have a comprehensive template that's going to show you everything to prepare and everything that you want to prepare so that you can be prepared for the oral board as a whole. Again, it applies to fire department oral boards, but this can also apply to any type of interview that you want to do. This specific metaphor, I found it to be really helpful, and I think you will too. So I'm going to show you how to start out and how this applies to answering those questions that you're going to face. Forgive my drawing skills. If you want lessons on how to draw, you might want to go somewhere else. As you can see, my drawing skills are not the best. But this template, this visual will help to clarify how you hit a home run in an oral board interview. So you start off here. As you start off here, you're out to bat. And in order to make it to, the first thing you have to do is you're going to have to make it to first base. And in order to make it to first base, you need to answer the question. So step one is answer the question. So say the question is, why do you want to be a firefighter? If you go off on a random story and never answer the question, then you're not going to get any points. So to get the base level points, you have to answer the question. So first off, answer the question. Why do you want to be a firefighter? I want to be a firefighter because I think it's the coolest job in the world. That way you're at least answering the question. Now answering the question will get you some points, but to get to second base, you're going to have to give a personal story to that answer. Personal story, and the more emotional you can get, the more personal you can get, and the more elaborate you can get with emotions here, the better off you're going to be in telling that story. You don't want to sound like a robot when you're answering these questions, and you don't want to have a canned answer that sounds the same as everybody else. So second base is a personal story. Again, we'll say, why do you want to be a firefighter? So first base is, I want to be a firefighter because it's the best job in the world. Personal story, when I was 6 years old, I had an incident where my house caught on fire, and I tried to put it out with a garden hose, but it didn't work. And the fire department came and put it out. And from that day on, I always looked up to them and wanted to have that position. It was my life calling and my life purpose to be a firefighter. And since then, I've done all this training, education, and experience, so I know I'll be the best person for it. So answer the question, give a personal story. That gets you to second base. Now to get to third base, you have to relate your answer to the position. So whether you're testing for firefighter, for engineer, for captain, or if it's something outside of the fire service, you answer the question why you want to be a firefighter, because it's the best job in the world. You give your personal story. I caught my house on fire when I was young. They came, they were the heroes, they saved my house. Next, you relate it to the position. So this one, it's the position of firefighter. And this ties it into your personal story as relevant because it involved firefighters. So here with that question, you could get more detailed on when they showed up to the door, they were professional. And you could say, this would be a great place that you want to emphasize the traits and the values that you have that would make you great at the position. So again, with this question, why do you want to be a firefighter? It's the coolest job in the world. It's the coolest job in the world. My house caught on fire. The way that they performed that day, they performed with integrity, with excellence, and professionalism. And you could say, these are strengths that I have that I've developed since that day that allow me to excel at this position. In order to be an excellent firefighter, I have to have the highest integrity. I have to be very professional and always keep my skills at their best. And whatever the other one was that I had mentioned. So this is where you can emphasize your strengths, emphasize the strengths of the position, and this is where you really show that you know and you understand the position that you're going after. So first base, answer the question. Second, personal story. Third is you relate all of this to the position to show that you know, you understand, and you've done the training necessary to really excel at the position. This brings us into the home run. So how do we get to a home run with this? Is you end up relating it to the department and to the organization. So how it could sound in this situation is you could say, I grew up not too far away from here, and this has always been my hometown. I've had the opportunity of mentoring of many of the firefighters that work here have been my mentors throughout my life, and I've been following for the last year in order to get prepared as a firefighter. This fire department they're great at fighting fire, they're great at EMS, and they're great at technical rescue. Because of that, my skill set and strengths would allow me to excel at this position. So this is where you show that you understand the department, you understand the organization, and that it all ties in together. So that's how you hit a home run with that question. I'll go through it one more time. So answer the question. First off, answer the question. Personal story. This is any type of personal story that you have. The emphasis here is the more emotion that you can portray, the more it could be humor, it could be anger, it could be sadness. You want to tell something that's going to engage your audience and engage them emotionally. Then you relate this to the position. This is where you show that you know and you understand the position, and you've done the work necessary to be a good fit for that position, and you've prepared. And finally, this down here, it shows that you understand the department and the organization and how it all ties together. So this could be, again, another way this might show up. We'll just go through one more example let's use the firefighter one, and let's say you're ready to promote, and you say, why do you want to be a captain for this department? So the first off is, I want to be a captain because it's an opportunity for me to give back to this department that I've grown and developed and become great at. Personal story. You could say, a few years back, I played sports in college, and me playing sports in college was a great experience that taught me leadership, hard work, and teamwork. You relate that to position. As I mentioned, my experience with football is I learned leadership, hard work, and teamwork. This applies to the company officer position because leadership, teamwork, and hard work all will make me better and make my team better in this position. And then you end up bringing it back here. Here at this organization, I know that our mission statement is, for ours, it's safe, friendly, and dedicated. So you could say, my desire is to constantly improve and do my best to give back to this organization. I played sports in college, and because of the sports, it taught me leadership, teamwork, and hard work ethic. This applies to the company officer position because my experience with teamwork, hard work, and leadership allow me to give to this organization, which values being safe, friendly, dedicated, excellence, however it may play out. So again, me talking those out, this is something you want to rehearse. So you want to practice writing your answers. You also want to practice reading your answers so that you can follow this format. But this baseball diamond format is really helpful, and I hope it's helpful for you. Go through it, practice answering your questions. And again, the more emotion you can get here, the better. The more you understand about the position, the better. And the more that you understand the department, the organization, the details on how all of this relates together, the better off you're going to be. Best of luck to you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.